This video will cover all the details you might have missed in the info given as of June 9th. The game is confirmed to be coming out on Xboxes and last-gen consoles. The game is confirmed to take place after Third Strike. That makes this a new era of Street Fighter for the first time since 1999. This is all of the roster leak images combined into one. There are 22 characters here. These characters are all but confirmed at this point. Ryu here looks just like in the trailer. He's visibly older. Ryu has two new specials, Hashogeki and Denjin Charge. Hashogeki is like a Hadouken, except instead of a projectile, it's just a splash in front of him. We don't have too much info about Denjin Charge yet. We do know that it powers up a Hashogeki, presumably into Denjin Hashogeki. We also know that it powers up a Hadouken into a Raiko Hadouken, because he says Raiko when he does it. Ryu's Shin Shoryuken glows black and red. It definitely has some Satsui no Hado in there. His story in Street Fighter V was about getting over the Satsui no Hado. Maybe he's learned to control it. This electric Shin Shoryuken has also been shown. We don't have any concrete information on it yet, but if I had to guess, this is a Shin Shoryuken after a Denjin Charge. These are Ryu's special inputs from the website. Neither Hashogeki nor Denjin Charge have inputs listed, so we don't know how to do them yet. There are 3 supers listed for Ryu on the website. It's been more recently revealed that Guile has a 1-bar super, a 2-bar super, and a 3-bar super, so that's probably what these are as well. Ken somehow looks more like a hobo than even Ryu does, and also no more banana hair. Here's a leak showing him in a menu screen. They are really emphasizing the homeless look. Zangief is not as cartoonishly muscular anymore, but alongside everyone else's more realistic musculature, he looks as big as ever. It also makes him look much more serious. Dhalsim looks about the same as ever. As does E Honda. As does Blanca, except for his new handkerchief. Guile has a jumpsuit and a goatee. Guile's trailer is the newest piece of information we have as of June 9th. He seems like he might have more forward-moving normals, and the normals that he does have move further forward. Especially this back fist, which is a classic move that never moved him anywhere near this far forward. This combo looks strange, and I thought it was new at first. But actually, the only thing here that's changed is that they made the low kick into the down forward heavy a target combo. EX Sonic Boom is now what his V-Skill 1 was in Street Fighter V, but now it's a true 2-hit projectile that stays there after it hits Ryu in this clip. His 1-stock super is Sonic Hurricane. 2-stock is an install that does what his V-Trigger did in Street Fighter V. And the 3-stock cinematic super is brand new. Chun-Li looks much older, the same as in the trailer. She has her Hazanshu to fly over fireballs. Her Tensho Kyaku returned from Street Fighter IV, this time as a special move. This looks like her old crouch animation, but it's actually a stance called Serenity Stream. From it, she can use this move that looks like an overhead or this launcher kick. This is what we have of her super from the trailer, but it has the middle cut out. Cammy has an entirely new outfit with short hair. Here's a leaked clip of Cammy doing her 3-bar cinematic super. This also confirms her nostalgia outfit. And here's the new training grid. DJ is returning with his own entirely new outfit. Same for Rashid, and I'm a big fan of this one. And same for Jury. Ed gets a more casual version of his bison-based outfit. Akuma has gone completely feral, and it looks amazing. Luke's new design from the trailer. The bare feet are a little weird. All of the scars on his forearms and face are new. They weren't there in Street Fighter V. Now for the start of the new characters. This is Marisa. She showed up on the billboard in the trailer. There was a leak 3 months ago on Reddit that has some information that seems to be correct. It describes her as a wrestler. Jamie got plenty of screen time in the trailer. We know about him. Drunken Boxing is awesome. The leak describes him as Yun and Yang's cousin, which is unconfirmed. Jamie has a unique resource mechanic with his drinks. He builds up his drink level by taking drinks, and higher drink levels unlock different moves. Visually, you can see his face get redder as his drink level increases. In the clip, he takes a short drink before doing this dive kick, and a long drink before doing this series of breakdancing kicks. Interestingly, these breakdancing kicks seem to be a weaker version of his super. What we've seen of his 3-stock cinematic super has even more cut out of it than Chun-Li's. The way that his super starts with both fighters in a fighting stance, followed by the opponent throwing a punch for him to deflect, makes me think that this might be a counter super. This is Mimi, described as the female Abel by the leak. The same Homeless Ken leak as earlier showed her name translated instead as Manon in English. This girl's name is Lily. She's wielding two distinctly Native American style clubs. The leak says that she may be related to T-Hawk. This guy's name is JP, just the letters like Q and G. He has a space for a second national flag in the top right where there's just a question mark. According to the leak, he uses Psycho Power. This is Kimberly. The leak calls her a ninja, and her outfit does look like an interesting take on a ninja gi. The leak also mentions her use of roller skates. This is corroborated here by the end of the trailer. But she's not wearing them in this character art, which might indicate that she doesn't use them in battle. And finally, Aki, A-K-I with periods in between, just like Fong in Street Fighter V. The leak mentions that she uses poison like Fong. That's it for what we know about these roster leaks. But there's a little more information to be gathered from what we don't know. These characters are split into 3 sections horizontally: World Warriors at the top, returning characters in the middle, and new characters at the bottom. The middle line of returning characters is missing 2 on the left and right. This is definitely the case because the graphic starts on the left side of Ryu and Luke with an end cap, and it does not start with an end cap in front of Cammy. This billboard has half red, half blue text, and people and animals split down the middle vertically. The text talks about 2 opposite powers, the balance between powers, and it mentions the pitiful people of this world. This is Gil's billboard, a Gilboard, for his secret society. Why he would be advertising his secret society, I don't know. A guy in an Arctic coat standing in shin-deep water. Its hidden potential, check with your eyes. I don't know who this is, but it could be hinting at something. This building has a big sign for CERN, or maybe Siren because the I is lowercase. It looks a lot like the Sin that Seth was president of in Street Fighter V. The S even looks like the Tandon engine with his hands on the top and bottom, like when he does his super. Hakan brand olive oil is hilarious. This vertical sign is for Godspeed Roasters Grill. This might be referencing Street Fighter V's lead composer Masahiro Aoki, who goes by the alias Godspeed for some projects. This sign advertising Luke uses the name and logo for Buckler. This might be his stage name, or it might be the company who he's signed to or that he owns. Similar billboard with Hugo and the name Giant Attack. Final Fight has its own logo up here on this billboard, but it looks like it might be an in-universe movie or something. Abigail's Scrap Metal Shop. The statue of Hagar. The plaque calls it the Metro City Revitalization Memorial. That might mean that Hagar is dead, or that might just be the name of the statue. This guy up here on the roof is part of the Mad Gear Gang, which were the enemies from the original Final Fight. The only Final Fight character that fits his description is this Damned. Remember that he does not show up on the roster, which is interesting because he seems like a pretty fully fledged character here. This girl that Chun-Li is training is Li Fen, who she met in Street Fighter V and then saved in Third Strike. This is the game's open world roaming mode called World Tour. It's been confirmed that there is character customization. This is a custom character on screen. You can start fights with random unnamed NPCs around the world. It's currently completely unknown how this works, and what moves they'll use. We have a similar lack of information about these guys with boxes on their heads. The boxes that they're wearing have a character on the side. That character looks to me, and Google Translate, like it says curtain. If that's correct, it could mean that these boxes they're wearing are somehow made specifically for hiding their identity. The next part of this trailer shows mechanics that we need terminology for, so let's skip ahead to how the drive system works from the website. A drive impact is an attack with super armor, sort of like a focus attack from Street Fighter IV. It crumples on hit, allowing a big punish, which is also like a focus attack. If it hits someone with their back to the corner, they're splatted into the wall. It's not confirmed, but I've seen people saying that this game has no stun meter, and that wall splatting someone who has no drive meter left, who is in burnout, is this game's version of stun. Drive Parry is an auto block ability that costs meter to activate but regains meter when it blocks an attack. If you parry just as you would be hit by something, you get a perfect parry, which freezes the entire game for a full second to make sure you realize what happened. Overdrives are just EX moves. It's interesting though that these do not use the same resource as supers now. You'll be building up super meter independently of using EX moves. Drive Rush is a dash cancel. You can dash cancel out of a parry, or you can dash cancel out of any normal that you could cancel into a special. It costs more to cancel out of normals. Drive reversal is your V reversal or alpha counter equivalent. Now that we have that information, let's go back to the trailer. The first thing I noticed when I saw this footage is that the characters take up much more space on the screen, like the camera's zoomed in way farther than it's ever been. For comparison, here's Street Fighter V at different ranges. If you're used to Street Fighter V, you probably agree that the hit stop in this looks pretty weird. I think these first few blows illustrate why. It's more like a heavy hit slow than an actual stop. There might be something else to it that I haven't noticed, but I think that's the main reason. This is Jamie doing a drive impact, showing its super armor and the crumple at the end. He confirms off of the crumple into a super. This is not confirmed, but it seems to indicate to me that you don't get a full combo off of the crumple. I think that's why you specifically get a wall splat in the corner. That does allow a combo. Next is Ryu doing a drive parry cancelled into a drive rush. He does it so quickly that it basically becomes a very long forward dash. It also slows the game on activation, allowing him to punish Chun-Li's whiffed heavy. There's this tiny period where he just has a purple outline before he starts glowing blue. It's not confirmed, but this seems like the perfect parry window. In this clip, Ryu does a successful perfect parry. You see what I mean by 1 full second of freeze. Ryu does what looks like a drive impact, and Chun-Li reacts with a drive impact of her own. These are super armored moves, so second move wins. This game center in the Battle Hub lobby seems like a place where you can physically sit your avatar down and play old arcade games, potentially multiplayer with other people. I hope I was able to point some things out to you that you hadn't noticed. Leave a like if so. If I missed anything, let me know. I'll be covering future content releases. Subscribe to see it.